Hey guys, how's it going? On this week's YouTube video, I'll be talking about taking this concept of authentically hip shifting and applying it to lower body exercises, specifically the split squat and lunge. All right, so it's going to differ slightly from how this is traditionally taught. We're not going to worry too much about driving the forward knee out. We're actually going to try to keep it in line with the front foot while lateralizing that loaded hip. Okay? From this position, we are going to shift our weight over to the right. Notice that we're going to get a little bit of right hip hiking. That left hip's going to be dropped. It's going to be going in front. So this coiling action is happening. As we do that, we're shifting weight onto that heel so we can feel more hamstrings and adductors high up by the groin. We're going to maintain these sensations as we then go down and descend into a lunge. So that knee is going to be staying right where it is as this hip lateralizes and we go down. So now we're going to feel a ton of inner thigh and we come back up. So we're going to do a little bit of pedaling at that bottom to get us to come back up. So we're going to use a lot of hamstrings and inner thigh. One more time, we're shifting and you're coming back up. So from the side it's going to look like this. Shift, adductors, hamstrings, notice that at the top, I don't come all the way up. We're going to full extension on that front leg because then I lose my position of my pelvis and my rib cage. So I'm always going to be just shy of full extension. On a split squat, you can't afford to go past this position. All right. You can do this on a lunge, but now that's going to allow for us to move that back leg, and I'll show you how to do that. So for your lunge, you're going to need a Valslide or some comparable piece of equipment. If your gym doesn't have one of these, they're ridiculously overpriced. Don't go out and buy them. Go to a hardware store and get one of those furniture movers. They're like $5, if that. You just need something that's going to allow you to slide that back leg without needing to put too much weight on it. Okay. So first shift. Get that adductor, get the hamstring, keep this left hip down. So one of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hike this hip up on the way up. You're going to be very mindful of that. And I'm going to shut up so I can focus. So if you're able to keep that position as you come up, you're also going to start to feel a ton of obliques near the end. So from the side, it's going to look like this. That's it. So some people will complain about knee pain in that back leg. What we're training now are unilateral skills, meaning I want you to only load one side of the body. If people start to feel knee pain in that back leg, what's happening is that your hip is no longer lateralizing, you're no longer fully loading one side of the body. Your hip will start to do this. All right, so you can see it here. If I'm fully loaded on this side, there's no reason for my back knee to ever be in any kind of discomfort. But if I start shifting, now I'm splitting the load. Now I'm splitting the load, and the only way to come up with this split is by pushing and knee extending, using quads to push that back leg away from the floor, right? But then you're doing a bilateral leg exercise. You're no longer doing a unilateral drill. You may as well just be doing squats in that case. All right? So that's the thing that a lot of people have to consider. If you're feeling knee pain on the back leg, it's because you're loading it unnecessarily. If you're feeling knee pain on the front leg, there could be a few things going on, but the biggest issue that I see is that you're allowing that knee to track forward. It's not that the knees shouldn't go past the toes. It's that you are no longer affording attention to pressure on that heel. You are no longer affording attention to your hamstrings and adductors, meaning that you are not using these muscles to leverage the position of the bones in your hips in order to take advantage of maximum efficiency. Your attention is going elsewhere. So when your attention goes elsewhere and your attention is scattered, you have less control over what's going on. So any number of compensatory mechanisms can start to factor into how you are problem solving this task. How you can stack onto this is with a weight on that ipsilateral side of the working leg. That's going to allow you to put more weight and more pressure onto that heel. But the way that I prefer to challenge people with this drill is to actually load the contralateral side. So you have this weight that's now trying to put pressure and load that back leg, and you're going to have to fight and resist that urge to let that happen. All right? Every task, every drill you do in the gym is a problem-solving experience. How can you maintain sensory awareness of heel pressure on the ground, adductors, hamstrings, and obliques, at least for lower body exercises? Things start to get a little tricky once we start going into the upper body drills. So that's it for this week. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next week.